Hello everybody, Tommyruin here, and many people often ask what are the best ways of coming up with builds and the various bits of software or websites that you can use to help theorize and craft your own perfect build in Project Ascension. Well, in this video I'm going to be going over what I use and the various websites and useful bits of information that you can use to craft your very own builds and keep them safe so that you don't forget them once you put all your points in the game. So these are just going to be a few build making tips. I'm not going to go into any builds in particular. I'm just going to show you the various bits of software and also the websites and Google Docs that you can use to create good builds. So without further ado, I'm going to take you to the Ascension forums. Recently, a Ascension user by the name of LunaBaby created the Ascension Talent Calculator, which is an application which you can use as a talent calculator, and it is really useful. And I've only started using it recently because it has come out recently, and I can't believe the functionality and usability that it has when creating builds. So what you want to do is go onto the Ascension forums. I'll put a link in the description, and here you'll be able to download and install the Ascension Talent Calculator application. On the forum site you'll see that there is a update history, and they're also going to add a guide to playing Ascension, FAQs, whatever. You want to click the download link and it will take you to a Google Drive, and there you can download it. And I've included in the description a link to a virus scan, and you can also see that in the video briefly, just to show you that it's safe. I'm using it myself and I wouldn't share with you guys anything which I think is dodgy, so you have my Tommyruin seal of approval if that's worth anything. So when you open up the talent calculator, you are greeted by all of the abilities, all of the spells and all of the talents in the game, and it can be quite overwhelming, but due to the way that this talent calculator has been made, you can sort abilities based on what you want them to be like. So if you only want it to show hunter abilities, then you can do that. If you only want it to show melee abilities, then you can do that. And if you want to sort it so that you can search by the tooltip, say you want to search for nature damage, then you can do that. You can find all the abilities that have nature in their tooltip and sort them out so that you can get the perfect nature build going if that's something which you want to do. So it is very good for finding abilities that you can put into your builds. Not only that, it also allows you to bring them down to the bottom half of the screen and put them into your build, and that will take away the ability essences that you have, which you can see down at the bottom of the screen. So some of the features of this talent calculator are the way that you can sort your abilities based on classes, based on ability type, and based on talent or abilities. And you can also search for abilities by their name or by stuff which appears in their tooltip. Like I said earlier, you can search for nature, or you could just search arcane, or you could search melee, things like that that you would not be able to do on any other talent calculator. You can search for, and it will pick out the abilities that you're really looking for. Another great feature of this is the fact that you can get it so that it only works for certain levels. On the left hand side there is a level bracket, and this means that you can change it down so that if you want to make a build for a level 40, you can limit out the abilities which are above level 40. This means that you don't have to worry about the abilities which you will be able to pick up after level 40, and you won't get mixed up when you're creating your builds. It will also update the number of talent points and ability points which you have for your builds at certain levels. Finally, you can save these items as files, which will allow you to share builds with other people who use this software by sharing the files with them. So you can just upload a file to a website, download another file from someone else, and you've got their build information there for you. If you don't feel like downloading the Ascension calculator, then there are some online tools which you can use to plan out your talents, and these also have their upsides in the fact that you can see where things are in the respective talent trees. They work very similar. We have the ascendtc.neocities.org calculator, and this works by scrolling along and putting points in when you want. Sadly, there's no abilities on here, and a lot of this information is outdated, but it gives you a good idea about where you're going to put your talents. And this is very similar to the Global Haven neocities.org website, and it shows the same layout, and it allows you to put points in the respective talent trees and plan out your builds, and these can be exported and sent to other people. Now, I much prefer the application which you can download, but these are options that are very viable. You just have to be very careful with tooltips as they're not always updated. So you've got talent trees and you've got spell calculators. But why does that all matter if you don't actually know what the spells do and how the talents interact with each other? Well, a community member by the name of Lyfe, you've probably heard of him, has made a fantastic spreadsheet which goes over a lot of interactions that work, that don't work, and what different talents do in Project Ascension. So there's a link to that in the description, and this guy is the best. He makes the best builds and he is just fantastic with keeping his data up to date and maintaining a really good spreadsheet. So definitely check that out when you are making your builds, as it will help you when you are putting talents into different places. I know I've made the mistake of finding things which don't interact together, and then later I go onto Lyfe Spreadsheet and find that it says there specifically that these two talents don't interact with one another. It's definitely worth checking this thing out before you put any points in, just to make sure the talents work together and you're going to get out of it what you thought you would. He also includes a build list which you can get some good ideas from on how you want to craft your own build. Along with that, there is also a random enchant list, and this lists all the different random enchants that are in the game. If you don't know what random enchants are, then check out my video on that. That's on my channel, and I'll put a link in the description. But they have a list of that, and those very heavily depend upon what build you're going to make. You can build whole builds around these random enchants, so you can check that spreadsheet out and you can gain information about random enchants that you can use in your builds. Finally, on the spreadsheet there is a blank builds template that you can use as a Google Doc, which you can share with other people, and this is very useful if you want to just make a handmade build list for your specific build. Well guys, that's all from me. I hope you've learned a lot about build making and the various tools which you can use. If you've got any questions, leave them down in the comments section. But that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.
I don't cross my T's, I don't dot my I's, I won't say pretty please, or speak in little white lies.